have my workout stuff in, clothes on, stuff like that, so I can go, so I can do my weights today. Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays are always weight days for me. Every other day is like walking or some type of cardio or something like that. So, but I am working on doing some type of activity daily. So, wish me luck on that. So, anyway, let's talk. I will say this, and this is going to be a different perspective than what probably I haven't heard this perspective. I've only heard like one or two. I only heard like certain people, certain things. Okay. I haven't heard the perspective that I'm going to come from. I've heard people definitely. I don't know, I think Americans. Let me back up. Hi, how y'all doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever you watch this, I'm gonna try to save this. I'm not gonna talk. I'm trying not to talk too long, but maybe we'll get 30 minutes in because this is an important conversation. One, Americans, you you've been under a lot of training. Okay, I'm American too. We've been under one of the most programmed systems in the world. Okay, and plus we're in a bubble, so that just makes it doubly programmed, meaning like we're only getting fed certain things. So we're very, unless we are intentionally going out learning about other things in other worlds and other countries, we are being fed only what we are supposed to know. So that's something to take into account, even when we talk about this. That means if you grew up in America, you're under this structure. Okay. I keep getting this question because of the space I am in. And I keep getting asked, what do we do right now? If you don't know by now, the world is shifting over the next 7 to 14 years. And because I am in this space that is assisting our community in business, though, that's what I'm focused on right now. But you end up, of course, working through all the communities, so you learn a lot. Okay, and I've been in that space now for 9 years, heavily. Okay, not doing much of anything else, but really focused in on us. And I've learned a lot. I've seen a lot. I've experienced a lot. There's a lot of things I didn't know that I was like we were dealing with, and I'm like, okay, so this is a lot, you know. But I started studying the structure we were under, so that explains a lot. And I'm like, okay, we got a lot to work through. That's why I always say if I could just take my people off this land, I would do that instead, and then bring us back, or at least have a place for us to go away and then come back, because this is just a lot to be under. Okay, um, and navigate when it's already set up for not healthy human beings. Okay? How are you doing? So, anyway, let's talk. The perspective I'm going to tell you is that you're going to have to get clear on, again, I say this all the time. You have to get clear on who you are and what you are here to do. You have to do that. And if you do that, then you will get clear on if you are to stay here or to leave. Okay? Because that's going to point you in that direction. Now, if anybody's just like, because let me tell you about social media, because this is where people get so confused with social media. Because again, remember, we're under the most programmed system here in the US. When people get on social media, even me right now, anytime you listen to somebody on social media, they're telling you from their perspective, from their experiences, from their life, journey, from what they know, what they understand. Okay. So when you're listening to a person, even a post that's written, it is coming from their viewpoint. A lot of y'all will forget that that's somebody else's viewpoint. If that person has not dealt with their trauma, their drama, their whatever, they are giving you their viewpoint. And most people, I'm just gonna be honest with you, this is no shade to everybody on social media. The people that usually go to social media, they're usually going to express a frustration, because that's their natural reaction, especially in this society, in America, in our bubble. Okay, most of the time they're going on there just to express their frustration with something, whether it be men, women, life, bills, the sky, the freaking what's the thing called, potholes, the lights on the street. Who the heck knows? Usually they're going there to assess their frustration. People who are usually happy and are like content with life, they are not on social media most of the time. I'm just gonna be honest with you. They may be on there, but they probably ain't saying nothing, or they probably just looking at everybody complain. Like they're like, if they're even on there. I'm just being real. Yes, a lot of people on social media, but it's a lot of people who are not on social media. Okay, it's like half the world is on, half the world is not. So keep that in mind. So, sorry, this is if you want to know what this is chlorophyll. So this is good to put in your water. I'm getting my things in before I start working out. So anyway, they are doing that. So that's the first perspective I'm gonna give you. Even when I'm talking to you, I'm giving it to you from my perspectives, what I do, etc., and so forth. Right? I just have the ability, because I have studied myself. I have the energy or I have the ability to remove myself from the situation and like give you the perspective overall. Okay, that is in my makeup. That's who I am. Again, I keep telling you, I study yourself so you can understand who you are and what you are here to do. This is what I can do. Doesn't mean that I don't have biases or trauma, this and other. But when I talk for the collective, or I'm speaking on the collective, or I'm looking at something to restructure something, to build something, etc., I have the ability to remove myself and my biases and just look at the whole thing and be like, okay, this is what I believe. Okay. Some of us have that gift, some of us don't. So keep that in mind when you listen to people on social media. Okay. So, should Black Americans leave or stay in America? I'm going to put you back to yourself. You're going to have to determine, based off of who you are, not your responsibilities, not what you're doing right now, not any of that. The world is changing. So you may supposed to change positions, change locations right now. You may supposed to be somewhere totally different. This is the energy we're in for the next 7 to 14 years. Period. You absolutely should be shifting somewhere. I'm not talking about location. I'm just talking about your mind is getting ready to shift. So that may make you shift locations. It may make you leave a job. It may make you go build a business. It may make you go do this. People are going to get pushed into other things right now. Now you see how the world is working? So you got to get clear on what you hear this a lot, what your purpose is, what you're here to do, what your natural traits are, who you are to your core, and be clear about what location fits best for you. Because once you understand, like no matter what religion you believe in outside of yourself, okay, you got to believe in yourself too. You are already here equipped to do the things you need to do. You create your world every day, whether you realize it or not. I don't care what the world leaders are doing. I don't care what the collective energy is. You are creating your world, whether you realize it or not. It's all about your thoughts, your actions, and everything. Okay? Sometimes we slip up and get caught up in everybody else's stuff. Sometimes we're able to continue to create our world. It's just we're out here living life, playing the game theory, in here to have a human experience. Our souls are here to experience the world. So you're going to have to get clear on who you are. What is your frequency? What do you align with? What is your integrity? What is your goals? What vibration are you on? And then either determine what place is best for you. That's literally what you got to do. Only you can tell yourself that. No one else can tell you this. Okay? I haven't heard this perspective a lot. Most people are telling you, oh, you got to stay because the world going to be crazy and this, that, and nothing. Or you hear you got to leave because America going to be crazy. They're speaking from their perspective. You got to get clear on what is best for you and your family and yourself. Simple as that. And then move accordingly. Only you know this answer. You look at the structure of where the U.S. is, what they're about, and do you align with that? And if you don't, you probably need to go somewhere else. Now, if you feel like you are supposed to be one of the ones to help redo the structure of the U.S., because some people do feel that way. Some people are here to do that, to bring in a new world. If you think you're supposed to fight for the old world, don't do that. Leave that alone. Some of y'all are going to do that, but y'all need to leave that alone. I'm going to be honest with you. You don't want to find yourself in that predicament. You don't want to get stuck in the old energy. Okay? You want to move on to the new energy. That's just my advice to you. But if you feel like, hey, I'm here to restructure the US to help with the new systems, to help things get online and this, that, and other, then do that and get clear about what you're going to need, what you're going to have to go through to make sure that happens, right? But I can tell you this right now, if you are at level 10 already and we're at the beginning and your health is failing already, you either need to figure out how do you begin to navigate this change period differently, or you're probably not supposed to be here doing that. I'm just going to be honest with you. Because we're at the very beginning of the change. That's a telltale. Your body is always going to be a telltale sign of really where you should be and what you should be doing and how things should be going. Yes, your body's going to get, like, you always hear about regulating your nervous system. You're going to have a dysregulated nervous system at times, but that should not be your normal daily activity. You get what I'm saying? Like, you should not constantly be in dysregulation. That's how you get sick. That's how you get autoimmune diseases. That's how you have a heart attack. That's how you have strokes. That should not be your normal daily thing. I'm not saying you don't have days where you're normally, you should not be in that energy, even if you are a leader that is fighting for justice. That should not be your normal day. If you are truly here to fight for that, God has equipped you with that to be able to do that with your system being regulated for you. You get the difference? So hopefully this is giving you some clarity around that, because I haven't seen a lot of people say that part about this really comes down to who you are, what your makeup is, what your integrity base is, what you feel like is next for you. You have to make this decision. No one else can make that decision for you guys. I don't care what they're saying. And I keep telling y'all, get away from people that tell you got to follow me. You got to come to me to get this, that, and other. We're leaving centralized leadership and going to decentralized leadership. Decentralized leadership is going to always point it back to you and say, hey, where are you at right now? What do you need to do for you? What is your intuition telling you? What are you seeing, hearing, feeling, praying, meditating, whatever you do? What was the answers you got? That's what decentralized leaders will do. Now, if I am in alignment with you, then yes, let's work together and get things done. But if I'm not, then go find who you align with. Are you starting to see where we're going, where we're leaving, what's happening now? So those who are stuck in the old system and love centralized leadership and want people just to follow them, do what they say, you're going to hear that old talk still. Okay? You're going to hear that old conversations that it used to be. You know what I'm saying? So that can't exist in the new world. Them days is over with. They leaving. And it's a process. It's not like you wake up one day and it's in the new world. This is a process, guys. So you are seeing that process happen out. So some folks are just so. I just keep telling people right now, I'm like, pace yourself. You're at the beginning of the process, y'all. Y'all, this is the beginning. So yes, it's gonna get very intense. I'm gonna be honest. And if you at level 10 right now, you probably, and this is what I would say with, look at the American values. Look at other country values and then see what values make most sense for you and your integrity, your purpose, your objectives in life, and this, that, and other. And you will know if you're supposed to be here or not. You do not own a system, you do not owe a system or a structure that is set up to destroy you anything. Not only is it set up to destroy people, but citizens in general. Like this is not a healthy structure to be in the US. It's definitely about corporation, it's definitely about the dollar, it's definitely about materialism, it's definitely about working extraction, like overworking, over extraction, over this. You get what I'm saying? So that is the structure of the US. And pretty much the world leaders right now are fighting for positioning and fighting for the structure they believe should exist. That's all that's happening right now because they know that this is one of the greatest change periods that everybody's about to experience in the next 7 to 14 years is going to determine how each country is living, running, and so forth for the next probably 50 to 60 years. Okay, this next 7 to 14 year period. That's literally what's happening. You're seeing everybody fighting for position. Okay? They're gonna do this regardless of what their citizens say right now. I'm just giving y'all the lay of the land so you can begin to make a decision for yourself of where you may want to be. Now, that does not mean that pockets of like analog life communities don't exist in America. People are already building those. People started building this before this time. Yeah, that's why I keep trying to tell y'all, everybody ain't on social media, guys. People started building communities before this time even happened. Okay, now you're seeing a lot of people starting to build communities, right? You're seeing that now all on your social media. Come here if you want to build it, this, that, and other. So people are going to decide, like, I don't want to leave America, but I'm not with this, so I'm gonna find my own community, or I'm gonna fund my own community, or I'm gonna start building and find people that have alignment. Okay, that's gonna be things that's gonna happen. And you're gonna see people who are gonna be totally with the shenanigans, totally with the digital ID, totally with the stable coin, totally with everything that's happening. And they're gonna be like, I'm totally with it. And they're gonna go that route. But I'm gonna keep reminding y'all, each person has determined which route they're gonna go. Through all the noise, I'm gonna keep reminding y'all. Are y'all hearing me? You're gonna have to determine which way you're gonna go. Okay. And so the clearer you get on it, start digging into who you are. That's going to help you. That's going to help you. And that changes, right? It changes. You may be this person 5 years ago. You might have been this person yesterday. You might have been this person today. You may wake up on some whole other crap during this time. This is how much change is about to be in the energy. You may fall asleep one person and wake up the next day a whole different person and be like, you know what? I ain't with this no more. I'm changing everything. So just be sure that even when that happens, because it's going to happen, it's going to occur. Trust me. You're going to come back to this video. You're going to be like, that girl knew what she was talking about. That you take time to just process it, okay? Because this is going to be a lot of change energy happening right now. Just take time to make sure you laying it out correctly, because you are also mapping out what you're getting ready to experience for the next 7 to 14 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. Because this is the biggest change for everybody. It ain't just about the world shifting. It's also about you shifting. Okay? So what are you, because some people are definitely here to be the revolutionary class. Some people are definitely here to be part of that class, to restructure things in America, to help America change this, that, and other. Some people are definitely here to be like, build the community so people can find community in America and not have to deal with the technology and the oligarchy and all this and that. Some people are here to be the warriors, right? Some people are here to be the healers, to be the musicians, to be the, what is your position? What have you figured it out yet? What is your assignment? And where is your assignment to be carried out yet? Right? Some of you are so unaligned with this land, and you're not supposed to be here. and you're supposed to go somewhere else because your assignment's there. Some of you are supposed to go somewhere else so that you can then help bridge some things between Black Americans and other cultures. And some of y'all just supposed to go take care of yourself. What is your assignment? So go figure that out, guys. Go figure out for you. There's gonna be a lot of noise. The noise is gonna always be there, especially in America. We in one of the most programmed, heavy cycled places. We're in a bubble, and everybody's, giving out their stuff. But I hadn't heard that. So I was like, let me make sure I make this video this morning before I get started in my full day and let you guys make sure you are understanding your purpose, who you are, study yourself, constantly study yourself, keep learning. Self-knowledge is a superpower. This is very important. Do whatever is comfortable to you, right? Some people are not comfortable with learning themselves through the esoteric knowledge that was left for you by your ancestors. That's our knowledge, guys. That's our knowledge. It's just been hijacked. We asleep. That's all it is. We'll wake up though and remember one day. Okay. But if you're not comfortable with that, just go to like Myers-Briggs, what's that one? Strength Finders. Those type of things are really good to like. They're the dumbed down version of the esoteric knowledge. When you get into the esoteric knowledge, you're gonna realize everything is numerology and astrology anyway. Every system you're using, banking, clocks, phones, laptops, TVs, time, all the personality tests, that's all it is. It's just a dumbed down version of it. So do those. And for those that understand astrology and learning it, learn yourself first. Dig deep into your chart. Understand your perspectives. Understand who you are to your core and learn deeper. Keep learning. You're here to learn yourself. You're here to evolve as a human being. That's what you're here to do. And those changes that happen in your progress chart. Okay. And retake those personality tests. Retake those strength finder things. Because as every 7 years, I think it's every 7 years, you go through a Saturn return or something, a major aspect. So you're usually changing every 7. So you should be taking those tests again to understand what your new energy identities and stuff are. Okay. So keep that in mind. And keep that going. And just really lean into what your strengths, personalities, your traits are, who you are to your core, and then determine from there if you should stay or leave. And what you actually want to deal with through the change. Do you want to be in a place that's going to experience a lot of turmoil, or would you rather be in a place that is going to experience more tranquility through the change? Everybody's going to shift. Every country's shifting. Every country's experiencing different things. But the reason why some will be more intense than others, because some countries have already dealt with some things, right? They already have like universal health care. They already have things that make life palatable for their citizens, meaning like they already control their cost of their homes. They already control, doesn't mean they don't have other issues, but they already control these things. And the other thing that people scare you with is that Black Americans are not accept, or Black people not accept anywhere. That's not true, guys. We're already everywhere. Stop listening to that. We're everywhere. It's already a lady who traveled the world and plenty of people traveling the world. You go on YouTube and see this, and they're finding us everywhere. We're everywhere, guys. Stop listening to that. Don't be scared, but definitely go to places that already have us so you can have community, right? People have already been leaving like the last 10 years. So we have a huge expat community that's around the world right now. So all you got, it's gonna be easy when you dig into those spaces and you'll figure out where we're at, where we already set up shop and stuff. So don't listen to those folks who don't really have a clue. Okay. Stop doing that. No, because they talking from a place they don't know. They talking from a scarcity scared mindset. Guys, we're already there, and it's all groups of us. So all ages, all income levels, all backgrounds, we're there. I done traveled enough and studied enough to say, hey, we pretty much are around the places that gonna accept us. And what you're gonna find out is a lot of places are gonna make I can see this happen, especially through this change and all the stuff that's gonna happen. They're gonna be you know how we be sanctuaries, we were like the US was sanctuary places for other immigrants. People are gonna be sanctuary places for Black Americans. That's gonna happen during this time. Watch what I tell you. Because it's gonna get so intense in America. So just keep that in mind. And do you want to deal with it once it becomes a sanctuary place, or do you want to go ahead and get out and be in position already? I'm just telling you what's to come. Because the change is so great, and everybody gets to map out what they want it to be. People are going to be fighting for that position, especially the world leaders. Okay. So keep that in mind. And you are also mapping out, whether you understand it or not, or you're aware of it or not, you're actually mapping out now what you want your individual life to look like next. As well. So keep that in mind. I know it's a lot of everything happening, right? So it's a lot of distraction, a lot of everything, a lot of stuff to keep you, but you gotta and get focused and get locked in, as the young people say, so that you'll know how you want your life to look like. No one else can tell you that but you. Where you should be at through the change, how you navigate the change, what you should be doing, get aligned with those folks in that group that you're clear with, okay? But get clear with yourself first and then go find alignment with others. Because remember, during this time, you're going to need community. Community is you and one other person, you and two other people. That's community, as long as it's not you by yourself. I don't care how much prep you have, how much money you have, this, that, and other. You're not going to be able to survive this by yourself alone. You're going to have community. Mentally, it's going to take you out if you don't have somebody else to discuss things with. Okay? So that's my advice to you. I got to go start my day. My people are always calling me. Team is needing me. I got to go. Y'all have a blessed one. Hope this helps somebody.